Chapter 556, Perfect Slaughter Dao. On the battlefield, Emperor Golden Snake died and his body fell to the ground. Jian Wushuang walked to Emperor Golden Snake's corpse, taking away his black scimitar and interspatial ring. After doing that, he looked around. Outside the battlefield, the onlookers were silent, but their emotions were in turmoil. No one had thought that Jian Wushuang would survive the life-death duel. But it turned out. Jian Wushuang was alive and Emperor Golden Snake was dead. A divine emperor had been killed by a saint realm. Shock. Bewilderment. They struggled to calm their thoughts. The BG container 63275 CC1F display. Flex direction. Column align items. Center justify content. Center Z index. 214-748-3647. Important in the void where divine emperors had gathered, the sovereigns were also shocked. They had been surprised to see Emperor Golden Snake show his real strength, his comprehension of Phantom Saber principle and triple Phantom Saber moves. They knew that Emperor Golden Snake's real strength was remarkable, even though he was slightly weaker than superior emperors. Emperor Golden Snake's reveal of the true extent of his skills meant that he was nearly as strong as superior emperors. Among the 108 divine emperors of Monster Exterminating League, only Emperor Fengxiao and a few others were stronger than him. There had been no doubt that he would prevail in the battle. But no one had expected that Jian Wushuang to kill Emperor Golden Snake. The terrible sword move which had split the restriction after killing Emperor Golden Snake still held them in shock and awe. That sword move had been too terrifying. No divine emperor present dared to say that they would be able to fend it off without being wounded. If I tried my best, I would have to slash twice to split the restriction. But Jian Wushuang did it with one sword move, which had been weakened by killing Emperor Golden Snake. He makes me feel a bit diminished by comparison. Emperor Fengxiao said, eyes sparkling. He had thought highly of Jian Wushuang and had hoped that he would survive. Luckily, Jian Wushuang's performance in the life-death duel exceeded his expectations. If I'm right, Jian Wushuang made a breakthrough. That is Dao. That's why there was a tremendous increase in his strength. Emperor Xianxia said seriously, he entered Dao. It is. Besides, it is perfect, pure, and different from our Dao, which is built on sword principle and saber principle. Emperor Fengxiao nodded heavily. Perfect Dao. Divine emperors marveled Jian Wushuang's accomplishment and looked at him in admiration. 9 temple masters stood at the top high void. All of them were shocked. Slaughter Dao, perfect slaughter Dao. Good. A saint realm evolved perfect slaughter Dao from origin without the help of sword principle, Jian Wushuang. An exceptional genius. Temple Master Pure Moon praised. Perfect and pure origin Dao. It is stronger than our Dao which built on weapon Dao. Among us, only Wushan's Earth Dao is on par with his. They looked at a burly man with a giant axe on his back, who had previously defended Jian Wushuang against an injustice. The burly man smiled. Though Earth Dao is perfect and pure, it is a defensive Dao. Jian Wushuang's Slaughter Dao is the strongest in origin Dao. Therefore, he is far stronger than me in offensive power. Different Dao had different power. Jian Wushuang's Slaughter Dao was far more powerful than the burly man's Earth Dao in offensive power. Before Jian Wushuang comprehended Dao, his battle strength was on par with a normal divine emperor. Now, his strength has increased so much that he is definitely as strong as a superior emperor. In terms of offensive power, it is possible that no one in Monster Exterminating League is better than him. Temple Master Pure Moon said. Those present nodded in agreement. They had seen how Jian Wushuang had killed Emperor Golden Snake. That power was amazing. Iceberg, you did so much to set up the duel. You gained nothing. On the contrary, you suffered a double loss. Temple Master Pure Moon looked at Temple Master Iceberg, who appeared stunned. Temple Master Iceberg's countenance was an accurate reflection of his thoughts. He was stunned not by Emperor Golden Snake's death, but by the message Emperor Golden Snake had given him. The message had been sent to him. A compass. Golden Snake had a compass? It's a treasure that concerns the ancient world token. Temple Master Iceberg was mulling over Emperor Golden Snake's message. If you want to get ancient world token, the compass is the key. He had never told me about it before. Luckily, it's not too late. Temple Master Iceberg narrowed his eyes and looked at Jian Wushuang. At the same time, Temple Master Pure Moon made a move and appeared on the battlefield. The life-death duel is over. Jian Wushuang, follow me. Temple Master Pure Moon's voice resounded through the area. Jian Wushuang nodded, followed Temple Master Pure Moon and left. The experts in the Bloodshed Valley began to depart as they continued to discuss the duel. It was over. The life-death duel which had attracted so many experts to watch had finally ended. The result was beyond everyone's expectations. Jian Wushuang was alive and Emperor Golden Snake was dead. A Saint Realm had killed a Divine Emperor in a head-on fight. The amazing story spread rapidly from the holy place to 8 cities and to every tribe and corner of the monster continent. Within a day, Jian Wushuang had become a popular topic of conversation among the human group on the monster continent. Chapter 557 Sword Emperor. Jian Wushuang stood in the meeting hall while the rest of the figures were sitting on chairs. These figures were all temple masters, and there were 9 of them in total. The only person here that Jian Wushuang knew was Temple Master Pure Moon. He had never met the other 8 temple masters, who, at this very moment, were staring at him as if he was a monster. He comprehended the slaughter Dao while still in the Saint Realm and had the battle strength of a superior emperor, which was simply incredible. It's a pity that such a peerless genius is an outsider and not, originally from our monster continent. The temple masters whispered. Jian Wushuang, Temple Master Pure Moon suddenly spoke. You killed Emperor Golden Snake during the life-death duel, so your strength is already equal to a superior emperor. Hence, you can become a divine emperor of our monster exterminating league in place of Golden Snake. Are you willing to take the position? If Jian Wushuang had been from the monster continent, he would definitely agree to become a divine emperor without any hesitation. But he was an outsider, so he had to personally agree before they could appoint him as a divine emperor. Divine emperor. Jian Wushuang thought for a moment before nodding. Yes. His strength had a lot of room for improvement and he was not in a hurry to leave the monster continent. Furthermore, he wanted to make use of some resources from the Monster Exterminating League to enhance his strength. Therefore, he definitely had to become a divine emperor. .bg container 63275 CC1F display, flex direction, column align items, center justify content, center Z index, 214-748-3647, important being a divine emperor comes, with some obligations that I hope you can meet. After all, the resources of the Monster Exterminating League can't be used for free, said Temple Master Pure Moon. No problem. Jian Wushuang nodded again. It was natural that he would have to perform certain duties if he wanted to receive rewards. Since you're a divine emperor now, you can give yourself a title, said Temple Master Pure Moon. All of the divine emperors and temple masters of the Monster Exterminating League used their own titles, so few people knew their real names. Title. Jian Wushuang thought for a while before he said with a smile, in my hometown, experts at the divine emperor level are called sovereigns. Plus, my surname, Jian, means sword and I'm good at sword principle. So, from today on, I'll be known as Sword Emperor. Sword Emperor. Temple Master Pure Moon nodded slightly. I'll quickly spread the news that you have been appointed as a divine emperor. After that, it won't take long for the information to spread to the human population and the demonic beasts. Everyone on the monster continent will hear about your title, Sword Emperor. Jian Wushuang gave a faint smile, but he didn't really care. Sword Emperor. Just then, a bearded middle-aged man, who was sitting on one of the seats, opened his mouth. After hearing this middle-aged man's voice, Temple Master Pure Moon and the other temple masters had strange expressions on their faces. The middle-aged man was none other than Temple Master Iceberg. If it had not been for him, the life-death duel between Jian Wushuang and Emperor Golden Snake wouldn't have even happened. Do you have anything to say, Temple Master Iceberg? Temple Master Pure Moon asked with great interest. Jian Wushuang's eyes narrowed slightly as he immediately looked at Temple Master Iceberg. Ha ha. Temple Master Iceberg smiled with a soft face as he looked at Jian Wushuang in a very friendly manner. I just want to apologize to you, Sword Emperor. Apologize. The other Temple Master's expressions changed a bit. Jian Wushuang's expression also changed slightly. Alas! Temple Master Iceberg let out a light sigh and said, "I watched Golden Snake grow up, step by step, and he had always been extremely respectful to me. When he came to me, begging, I promised to give him a hand for the sake of the respect he had shown me all these years. I was wrong, but I hope you don't take it amiss, Sword Emperor. If you're discontented with me, say it out. I can offer some treasures or monster cores as compensation." Temple Master Iceberg's words were very sincere, as if he was really apologizing to Jian Wushuang. His behavior greatly surprised Temple Master Pure Moon and the others. After all, Temple Master Iceberg ranked third among the Temple Masters in the Monster Exterminating League. Besides, he had always been quite domineering. Few of the other Temple Masters dared to provoke him. For that reason, when he came forward on behalf of Emperor Golden Snake, few Temple Masters dared to not give him face. But now, Temple Master Iceberg, who was usually so domineering, actually made amends to a divine emperor of his own accord? Did the sun rise in the east? Even Jian Wushuang felt a bit overwhelmed at the moment. What's going on with Temple Master Iceberg? He frowned secretly. Temple Master Iceberg stood up for Emperor Golden Snake and had indeed provoked Jian Wushuang this time, but Jian Wushuang knew himself very well. Although he had the battle strength of a superior emperor, it was very likely that his strength was nothing in the eyes Temple Master Iceberg, so he didn't need to make amends at all. However, Temple Master Iceberg did apologize. Additionally, he didn't put on airs and even apologized to him in the presence of all the other Temple Masters. Although Jian Wushuang didn't understand and didn't want to let it go that simply, he didn't want to fall out with Temple Master Iceberg on the surface. Temple Master Iceberg, it doesn't matter. It was mainly Emperor Golden Snake's fault and you had little to do with it. I don't blame you. Thank you, Sword Emperor. Temple Master Iceberg had a kind expression on his face. Temple Masters, if there's nothing else, then I'll take my leave. After that, Jian Wushuang saluted towards the Temple Masters and turned to walk away. He had barely managed to exit when Temple Master Iceberg proceeded to follow him out as well. This left Temple Master Pure Moon and the others even more confused. Is there something wrong with Temple Master Iceberg today? TSK, Temple Master Iceberg, who is known for being extremely overbearing, actually apologized to a divine emperor of his own accord. This is not his usual style. I feel there must be something fishy going on here. All these Temple Masters talked and laughed casually. They were not fools, so they all understood that Temple Master Iceberg must have acted that way because he had some hidden intentions. But they didn't know what these hidden intentions were exactly. Temple Master Iceberg kept up with Jian Wushuang. Sword Emperor. Temple Master Iceberg came to Jian Wushuang. Jian Wushuang stopped and asked in amazement, "What can I do for you, Temple Master Iceberg?" "I do need your help with a small matter." Temple Master Iceberg was all smiles and gently said, "Well, let's talk as we walk." Jian Wushuang was vigilant in the heart, but he continued to walk with Temple Master Iceberg. After all, this was the Holy Palace. Temple Master Iceberg was a Temple Master and was a powerful force in the Monster Exterminating League, so he wouldn't attack Jian Wushuang overtly here. I'd like to figure out exactly what this Temple Master Iceberg is up to. Jian Wushuang thought secretly. Chapter 558, A Mysterious Compass. Sword Emperor, hear me out. Temple Master Iceberg started telling his story. Golden Snake was a junior of mine, and I once gave him a token. It might not have any value, but it means a lot to me. Now that Golden Snake has died and the token is in your hands, I was hoping that you would return it to me. Of course, I'll satisfy any condition you have for returning it to me, Temple Master Iceberg said sincerely. Jian Wushuang pondered over what to do after hearing these words. A token. Why does he value this token so much? What token are you referring to? Jian Wushuang asked. It's a compass. I think it's in Golden Snake's interspatial ring, Temple Master Iceberg answered. A compass? Jian Wushuang asked and smiled. Temple Master Iceberg, You know that I've just experienced a life-death duel and haven't been able to check the ring yet, so I have no idea if the compass is in the ring. How about I go back first and search through the ring carefully? I'll reply to you if I find it, okay? There was an imperceptible surprise in Temple Master Iceberg's eyes, but he still nodded. Fine. Then, I'll look forward to hearing your reply. BG Container 63275 CC1F Display, Flex Direction, Column Align Items, Center Justify Content, Center Z Index, 214-748-3647, Important OK. Jian Wushuang nodded and left. As he watched Jian Wushuang's retreating figure, the gentle and smiling expression on Temple Master Iceberg's face suddenly became deadpan, then a sliver of light flashed in his eyes. This boy is quite alert. Temple Master Iceberg clenched his fist. Maybe I was too impatient and aroused his suspicion. In the following days, it would be better to wait patiently for his reply. The more impatient I behave, the more suspicious he will be. Temple Master Iceberg's eyes became even more chilling. He was determined to get the compass because it was related to the ancient world token. Whatever it takes, I have to get that compass. After leaving Temple Master Iceberg's place, Jian Wushuang immediately found an empty secret chamber and began to check Emperor Golden Snake's interspatial ring. There were many treasures in the ring, including 2 rank 9 monster cores. After a careful search, Jian Wushuang found the compass. It was yellow, rusty, and about the size of a palm, with a chip on the edge that made it seem even more ancient. The compass was made of the same ordinary materials that were used in making magic weapons. Is this the compass Temple Master Iceberg wants? Jian Wushuang frowned. Since this compass is something that Temple Master Iceberg values so much, it should be more extraordinary. I don't understand why he apologized to me just to get this item. Jian Wushuang observed the compass and found nothing special about it. The compass was very common both in its look and material. Nobody would even notice it if it were in a market. Could it be that the secret lies inside the compass? Jian Wushuang pondered and then submerged his consciousness into the compass. Normally, important information was recorded inside jade slips and tokens, so it required one to read them using their consciousness. However, it turned out that Jian Wushuang was wrong. He could read nothing inside the compass. What's wrong with it? Were Temple Master Iceberg's words about the compass being just a normal and useless token true? He wants it just because it has a special meaning to him? Jian Wushuang was rather confused. However, he quickly turned down that idea. If it is a special token, why did he give it to Emperor Golden Snake? There must be some secrets hidden in the compass that I failed to notice. Whatever, the compass is mine now. Temple Master Iceberg has nothing to do with it. Jian Wushuang put the compass back in the ring. The next moment, he began studying the Slaughter Dao. Because of the 6-story pagoda, he had made progress in comprehending the Slaughter Dao, which was proven to be much more powerful than Emperor Golden Snake's Phantom Saber principle. He even found the Slaughter Dao more powerful than the Water Drop Sword principle, which Emperor Fengxiao studied, the Illusory Sword principle, which Su Ming studied, and the Heart Sword principle, which Blind Emperor studied. Those people might have a better comprehension in the principles than Jian Wushuang did, but in terms of pure power, the Slaughter Dao surpassed them all. While those principles were a mixture of the Origin and Sword principle or Saber principle, the Slaughter Dao came purely from the Origin. With his doubt in mind, Jian Wushuang immersed himself in studying. As Jian Wushuang was digging into the Slaughter Dao, the news of him killing Emperor Golden Snake and becoming a divine emperor in the Monster Exterminating League spread throughout the human populations, as well as the entire continent. His name, Sword Emperor, was memorized by everyone. He was the only divine emperor who was in the Saint Realm on the monster continent. Along an unbroken ridge in human territory, there was a vast palace hidden underground. In that palace, a black-robed elder was reading the latest intelligence with squinted eyes. Sword Emperor? Jian Wushuang? As a Saint Realm expert, he is as powerful as a superior emperor? What an impressive kid. Human beings really can be talented. Luckily, he is an outsider from another plane world, so he's not likely to be a threat to us even if he grows more powerful someday. Otherwise, we would have to eliminate such a peerless genius as soon as possible. The elder's words revealed his identity. He was a monster spy who had slipped into the human population. The palace he was in was an important information station for those monster spies. Well, Emperor Golden Snake, since you were a divine emperor who died at the hands of another human, you really saved us a lot of trouble. The elder continued reading the information regarding the life-death duel between Jian Wushuang and Emperor Golden Snake. Chapter 559, Emperor's Order. Oh! Emperor Golden Snake had been hiding his true power. This fact aroused the black-robed elder's interest, but he was instantly stunned when he learned that Emperor Golden Snake had comprehended the Phantom Saber principle and displayed the terrifying triple Phantom Saber moves. Phantom Dao. So he is the human emperor that crystal-armored monster emperor has been looking for. The elder was so astonished that his glowing red eyes almost popped out of his head. He read through the report carefully once again and studied the profile of Emperor Golden Snake before finally coming to a conclusion. Although Emperor Golden Snake had comprehended the Phantom Dao, he hid it from the others and kept a low profile. It wasn't until the life-death duel with Jian Wushuang that he was finally forced to expose these techniques. The elder's eyes sparkled. Right. Emperor Golden Snake is the only human expert who mastered the Phantom Dao, so he must be the one crystal-armored monster emperor has been looking for. Finally, crystal-armored monster emperor can get him. However, he is already dead. The elder pondered. Whatever, it's better to report the news to crystal-armored monster emperor first. The elder immediately sent a message to crystal-armored monster emperor. .bg container 63275 CC1F display, flex direction, column align items, center justify content, center Z index, 214-748-3647. Important: the monster's territory was much more vast than the human's territory. In a certain part of the territory, there was a large ancient forest, which was home to a group of horrible monsters known as the Crystal-Armored Monster Clan. At the center of the forest, there was a cave mansion that led to the underground. A sudden loud shout broke the silence inside the mansion. Ha ha, after searching for so many years, we have finally tracked down that damn human emperor. The voice was domineering, with a hit of joy and excitement mixed in. It was also so loud that it resounded through the area and disturbed the tranquility of the forest. I never thought that Emperor Golden Snake would be the man I was looking for, since he was a nameless divine emperor. It's been 40 years since he seized the compass by relying on his Phantom Dao. He knew I was looking for him, so he never displayed that technique to others during all these years. He remained hidden for so long, only to expose himself while facing a deadly situation, but he still died in the end. What a pity! Since he is dead, the compass must have fallen into the hands of Sword Emperor. Sword Emperor. The muttering voice suddenly became excited. Tell them to kill Sword Emperor at all costs, then bring his body and interspatial ring back to me, the voice ordered. That compass belongs to me alone. Inside the Monster Spies Information Center, the black-robed elder had just received the order from Crystal-Armored Monster Emperor. Sure enough, Crystal-Armored Monster Emperor ordered to us to kill Sword Emperor, no matter the cost. However, Sword Emperor is a superior emperor, and it will be hard for us to kill him with only the current force that is hidden in the human territory. The elder was staring at the ground, lost in thought, but he quickly reached a decision and looked up. It seems that we have to ask that lord for help. Among the monster spies in human territory, some of them were powerful while some were weak. The weak were the demonic beasts in the Saint Realm and Cloud Realm, but the most powerful ones could even fight against divine generals and divine emperors. Some talented spies even managed to have a breakthrough in their cultivation after entering the human territory. Among those spies, the most powerful one should be G, who had exceeded the power of a rank 9 monster and reached the level of a monster king. In the Monster Exterminating League, monster kings were supreme experts that were as powerful as temple masters. Master G. The black-robed elder went to a secret chamber and called out respectfully. The chamber was closed all year round because the master spent most of his time cultivating and rarely came out. What's the matter? The master asked in a frigid voice. Crystal-Armored Monster Emperor ordered us to kill a human emperor at all costs and take his body and interspatial ring back. However, this human emperor is a superior emperor that is extremely powerful. We can't kill him on our own, so I came to ask you for help, the elder answered. As soon as the elder's voice fell, the chamber opened and a hairy, black-skinned man came out. The man was over 2 meters tall and looked as strong as a brown bear. He was none other than G. You just said it was Crystal-Armored Monster Emperor's order. G stared at the elder. Yes. The elder nodded. I've just received the order, but you can verify it yourself. Without hesitation, G sent a message to Crystal-Armored Monster Emperor and quickly received a positive answer. Even though he was Monster King and as powerful as a human Temple Master, he was no match for Crystal-Armored Monster Emperor, so he dared not go against the Emperor's order. After all, Crystal-Armored Monster Emperor was a true overlord among the monsters. Where is Sword Emperor? G questioned. He is in the holy place, said the elder. The holy place. G shook his head. The holy place is very important to the humans, so the #1 expert, Temple Master Black Spirit, always keeps an eye on it. It's also where the relic is stored, so I would only be seeking death if I went there to kill Sword Emperor. I understand. From now on, I'll have someone waiting outside the holy place at all times, said the elder. As far as I know, Sword Emperor is an outsider who is only in the Saint Realm. He chose to stay and act as a divine emperor of the Monster Exterminating League, so he must be planning to improve himself with the League's resources. To gain those resources he will need to hand over monster cores, and to gain those cores he has to leave the holy place. Once he enters the military camp or our monster territory, we'll have the perfect chance to kill him. Fine. When he leaves the holy place, make sure to inform me. After saying this, G walked back into the chamber. Chapter 560. Bad Blood? Jian Wushuang stayed inside the holy place, immersing himself in the slaughter Dao, with no idea that he was being targeted by Crystal-Armored Monster Emperor. 10 days passed in the blink of an eye. During these days, he became more accustomed to the slaughter Dao. Now, he was able to use its power much more easily. However, he knew that this was only minor progress and that he still had a long way to go. So far, he was only able to use the power of the slaughter Dao on its own. He was still unable to combine it with his other skills. 10 days have passed. Temple Master Iceberg must be running out of patience, so it's time to give him an answer. Jian Wushuang smiled and went to meet Temple Master Iceberg. Among the palaces that covered the mountain in the holy place, there was a scarlet one, and the owner of that palace was naturally Temple Master Iceberg. The palace was well decorated and the master was sitting before a table, barefoot, drinking by himself. I've yet to receive an answer from Jian Wushuang over these past 10 days. Temple Master Iceberg frowned. Maybe he discovered the secrets behind the compass. No, he couldn't have. Temple Master Iceberg shook his head. The compass is not a treasure at all. Its only value is related to Ancient World Token. Since he's still in the Saint Realm, he should still know nothing about the token, so he won't be able to figure out anything regarding the compass. Moreover, I apologized to him and flattered him as much as I could. If he is smart, he should know to avoid offending me for an object that he doesn't know the value of. BG Container 632751F Display, Flex Direction, Column Align Items, Center Justify Content, Center Z Index, 214-748-3647. Important Temple Master Iceberg was lost in thought when a guard came and reported to him. Temple Master, Sword Emperor is asking to see you. He's finally arrived. Temple Master Iceberg's eyes lit up. Let him in. After the guard left, Jian Wushuang quickly walked in. Temple Master Iceberg, Jian Wushuang said modestly. Ha ha, Sword Emperor, finally, here you are. Temple Master Iceberg wore a big smile and waved towards Jian Wushuang. Come, take a seat, let's enjoy a drink together. No, but thank you. I don't feel like drinking right now. Jian Wushuang shook his head and continued, Temple Master Iceberg, I've searched through Emperor Golden Snake's interspatial ring for that compass you wanted. Temple Master Iceberg immediately looked toward Jian Wushuang with expectation. But, I'm really sorry, I didn't find that compass, said Jian Wushuang. You didn't find it. Temple Master Iceberg's smile disappeared. He continued in a gentle voice. Did you search for it carefully? I gave that compass to Golden Snake in person, and he took it with him wherever he went. It must be in his interspatial ring. I've looked through the ring almost 100 times, but I was unable to find it. Jian Wushuang shook his head again. Maybe I was being too careless. After all, there are a lot of treasures in the ring and I don't know what it looks like. Could you describe it to me? Maybe tell me its shape, size, color, or something else about it. I'll check for it again. Its shape and size. Temple Master Iceberg paused. He did know that Emperor Golden Snake had a compass in his interspatial ring, but he had never seen it himself. Sword Emperor. Temple Master Iceberg looked serious. Frankly speaking, I didn't actually give Golden Snake the compass myself, but it's true that it means a lot me, so I hope that you can give it back to me, and I'll owe you a favor, okay? Owe me a favor? Upon hearing those words, Jian Wushuang was even more sure that the compass had to be unusual. Otherwise, Temple Master Iceberg would not have made a promise so easily. They both knew that it was always hard to settle a debt, maybe even harder for a master like Temple Master Iceberg. If it was someone else who was asking, then I might agree to their request, but this Temple Master Iceberg. Jian Wushuang smiled coldly in the heart. He had not forgotten that it was Temple Master Iceberg who had promoted the life-death duel between Golden Snake and him, even though he knew that, as a Saint Realm expert, Jian Wushuang would inevitably die in that battle. Had it not been for the fact that Jian Wushuang broke through to the slaughter Dao during the battle, he might have died already. In one word, because of Temple Master Iceberg, he had been forced to place one foot in the grave. He was completely enraged and would not get over it with just a simple apology. Most importantly, Jian Wushuang understood that Temple Master Iceberg didn't apologize to him because he felt sorry. It was only in order to get the compass. Jian Wushuang reckoned that he would not pay attention to him at all if he did not have the compass. Temple Master Iceberg, few people in the Monster Exterminating League would dare to refuse a favor from you. But, I'm terribly sorry, I'm unable to find the compass you want in the ring, Jian Wushuang said directly. He told a lie with a straight face. Temple Master Iceberg looked grave. Jian Wushuang. The master's voice turned icy as he called Jian Wushuang by his name. I've shown enough respect to you. Don't force me to do this the hard way. Temple Master Iceberg gazed at Jian Wushuang and said, the compass is useless to you, so just give it to me or. Jian Wushuang showed a cold look. Or you'll kill me on spot and then seize the interspatial ring. Temple Master Iceberg paused. Even though he was one of the most powerful Temple Masters in the Monster Exterminating League, he was not the strongest. There was another terrifying person, Temple Master Black Spirit, who was superior to him. Therefore, he dared not kill Jian Wushuang while inside the holy place. Jian Wushuang, do you really want there to be bad blood between us? Temple Master Iceberg asked frigidly. No, of course not. I just simply didn't see the compass in the ring. Jian Wushuang answered in a low voice. However, he sneered in the heart. Show me respect. It was only because you wanted the compass. When you saw it wasn't working, you even tried to threaten me. Shame on you, Temple Master Iceberg.